Their expressions were businesslike, but their differences were immediately obvious. On the solution to the Syrian conflict, France remains the most hawkish of the Western members of the UN Security Council. But even after the UN report was published on Monday, Russia remains adamantly unconvinced that Assad forces used chemical weapons.
We have serious grounds to believe that it was a provocation, and several of our partners, without unrefutable proof, announced that only the regime could use such chemical weapons. But the truth has to be determined.
They sat next to each other, but the French and the Russians could scarcely be further apart.
We think that this report, as the UN General Secretary Mr. Ban Ki-moon said, is a very accusatory report. If we look at the amount of sarin which was used, the targets and the equipment that was needed, and at other aspects, then we have no hesitation that the Syrian regime is behind these attacks on the 21st of August.
What's striking too is how Russia and the Western powers disagree so starkly on what was agreed in Geneva last week. The United States Secretary of State John Kerry came away insisting the deal allows for Syria's compliance on chemical weapons to be enforced militarily under a Chapter 7 resolution in the UN Security Council. But on Tuesday, Mr. Lavrov reiterated Russia's insistence that a military threat is counterproductive. Instead, Russia is pushing hard to revive the idea of a Geneva II conference, bringing together not just regime and opposition leaders, but also involving regional powers, including Iran, as the best way to secure a wide-ranging and long-lasting settlement. Paul Brennan, Al Jazeera.